Hello, how are you? Welcome to today's Destiny 2.3 patch rundown. I was going to do a regular vlog. I actually had a topic point set out for today's vlog, but Destiny went ahead and hit us with this big bomb of updates for almost entirely PvP that launches on 6/14/2016, which is tomorrow after this vlog is recorded, or today when this vlog is released. So it's pretty much being relaunched as soon as this vlog is being able to be viewable. So hey, what's up? How's it going? Watch this and then go play the patch. Make sure you download it before you want to play it because it's going to be required. I'm going to go ahead and cover a lot of the quick stuff, and all the full information for this patch is going to be provided in the description below. If you don't play Destiny or care about it, then I'm sorry. Today's vlog is going to be almost entirely regarding that. But tomorrow, unless something else comes in the way as well, then I'm going to be covering the topic point that I actually wanted to share today. I'll just share it tomorrow because it's a great topic point and I don't want to just brush through it because it's important to me. So be sure to watch tomorrow's vlog if you don't care about Destiny. But if you do care about Destiny, watch this vlog and tomorrow's vlog and every other vlog ever forever beyond that. That'd be great. Thank you. Anyway, they went ahead and nerfed all high rate of fire auto rifles, such as the Doctrine Passing by 6%. Shouldn't be that big of a deal, but we'll see as that plays out. And the accuracy for low range hand cannons is buffed for higher ranges, so less phantom bullets, which is awesome. However, the damage fall off is a lot steeper curve, which means that at those longer ranges you're going to do less damage with those low range hand cannons, such as the last word I believe is on that classification. So that's good though. It's less RNG. You'll still overall do the same amount of damage over time. It's just that instead of half of your bullets missing and the other half doing a lot of damage, instead it's every bullet hits presumably, but they all do less damage. But overall it should be about the same. Plus all hand cannons will be getting an increase to PvE damage, so we can use hand cannons more in PvE content, such as those God Roll and Moggle Loops that you've gotten from the Undying Mine, right? Hopefully you did. I've gotten close to one. Anyway, Hawkmoon's nerfed as well. They also made it so that ammo is, when you run low or have no ammo in PvE content, then eventually the game just gives you all the surrounding like dropped ammo from enemies to you automatically instead of having to go out and get that. So now that's going to be a less of a time required before the game gives you that ammo, which is great because a lot of times I die in PvE content because I get bored and just go run for that ammo instead and then come try to go back to cover. So I don't have to die out of boredom more often. Yay. They also nerfed counterbalance to where it reduces 80% of recoil angle instead of 90%. So it's slightly over 10% reduction overall as far as whatever. It's 80% now instead of 90%. You work out your own math. It's not that big of a deal. You'll notice the difference, but it's not going to be like so detrimental that you can't use that perk anymore. So overall with that and the Doctrine Passing nerf for the high rate of fire auto rifles, the Doctrine Passing adept with counterbalance, it will no longer be a god tier weapon, but I think it still will be a high tier / top tier weapon out there. It should still be fine. There's a lot of other bug fixes that are generally like not big of a deal. They also verified that rangefinder boosts both target acquisition and the zoom factor, and they confirmed that zoom factor when you ADS actually boosts not only damage at longer ranges, it also boosts aim assist at long ranges, and it reduces the projectile spread for shotguns. So I was never crazy when I always thought that whenever I ADS with a shotgun that didn't have rangefinder or shot package, it still felt like it boosted the range and had less spread to the shotgun so I could do more damage at range. I wasn't crazy. I always knew. And they all were like, Chad, no, it's going to be the same as Hipfire. It's like, it doesn't feel the same. And now I have proof. Bungie confirmed it in this patch notes. Moving on to subclass changes, which is actually really significant compared to the weapon changes. Gunslingers arguably got buffed, arguably got nerfed, arguably are kind of the same, which is really confusing to me because it's everybody just going all over the place regarding Gunslingers. Some people say it's buffed, some people say it's nerfed, some people say it's overall the same. I think it's overall the same, honestly. Maybe a slight nerf, but overall the same. Swarm grenades are buffed, but who cares? It's still not going to be that great of a grenade in my opinion. Trip mines got nerfed to where it doesn't stick to people anymore, which makes no sense to me. Also, it doesn't have enough damage to one-shot people anymore, which also kind of sucks. So now there's no really awesome good grenade option for gunslingers. Incendiary grenades might now be the replacement for trip mines. We'll see. They also buffed the golden gun damage to 50% bonus, which doesn't really matter because the only time he didn't one-shot somebody with the golden gun was when somebody ran unstoppable with Fist of Havoc and they're in the Fist of Havoc state. In which case, like, come on, man. And if you could just predict a little bit better, then that wouldn't even matter anyway. But this nerf is overall not important. I've never once as a golden gunner experienced that kind of situation, because I would always like position well enough and shoot them at far enough range before he can get in range to like smash me anyway. So who cares? Also, Deadeye now increases golden gun damage by an additional 30%, so we're getting even more damage. So we don't even need this damage anymore. But I guess this is all like PvE boosts, which is cool. There's also another 30% bonus of damage against AI combatants for PvE. So overall, it's 130% bonus damage in PvE, but only 50% damage bonus in PvP. Once you get the 30 whatever numbers, you can read all of this in patch notes. I'm going to keep moving on. Circle of Life now seems like a perk that might actually be useful instead of completely useless as it was before for almost 2 years beforehand. Thank God somebody at the PvP department for Bungie was like, you know what, this perk, it makes no sense. If you have a golden gun that one-shots somebody, why would you want to use a throwing knife that might not one-shot somebody and it's harder to land than the golden gun shot? Just shoot the golden gun shot. Why would you want to try to extend it for a fourth guy who might not even be there when you can kill this first guy right now, you know? So Circle of Life now is going to be like an actual useful perk, so that's cool. Also, they nerfed throwing knives so it can no longer one-shot people. So good time to make Circle of Life be changed. Moving on, Chain of Woe, Over the Horizon. Chain of Woe got buffed slightly and insignificantly. Over the Horizon got nerfed slightly insignificantly. And Scavenger, honestly, is still insignificant of a perk. It got buffed, but it's honestly not that big of a deal. If you want to know why, you can comment in the section below for this YouTube video, and I'll explain to you in full detail why. I just don't want to cover it right now. For Blade Dancers, they got nerfed to the ground. Blink now incurs a -1 recovery penalty, plus Blink Strike lunge distance is decreased by 0.4 meters. We don't know exactly how far in the game 0.4 meters is because there's no like measurement like rulers on the ground or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure 1 meter is like almost a guardian length if they're laying down. I don't know, dude. I like how Bungie just drops these numbers and we're like 0.4 meters. Okay, that's okay, we'll figure it out. We're going to feel it out anyway. I don't even know why they dropped 0.4 meters. Just say Blink Strike lunge damage distance decrease. I don't know. That's not something we're just going to know on paper. We're going to have to figure out how that feels. But even still, Blink Strike lunge feels like it's not that long of a distance anyway. So even less of a distance is probably going to suck. They finally fixed backstab. So thank God they fixed that, 'cause it felt like it was a glitch all this time. So you no longer can proc it on their back. Wait, no, that's the opposite. You now can only proc it on the back. You can no longer proc it on the front. So it's no longer a front stab backstab. It's only backstabs. They also nerfed Escape Artist because who cares? And then Fast Twitch recharge reduced by 20%. So Fast Twitch actually takes a little bit longer to actually be Fast Twitch. So it's slightly less Fast Twitch. It's slower Twitch. Also, Arc Blade, overall, I think most of these changes are awesome. One was a little bit weird. I had that on the end. But first, duration of the super is increased by 2 seconds. Sweet. Hit search range increased by 0.5 meters. Again, I don't know how long that is, but sweet. I like that. Bonus range. It feels like we short stop like all the time. So thank God we can actually hit more people. Energy cost per swing is increased by 20%. That's if you just whiff in the air. You lose more energy now if you just whiff it. But energy cost on a hit is decreased by 20%. So if you actually hit people, your arc blade is going to last longer if you actually be hitting people. Plus the additional 2 seconds of the arc blade duration. Now the one thing I don't like it. I understand why they did it, but I don't like it, is that they added a 0.8 second cooldown between arc blade swings while airborne. So you can't do like that stylized glide across long distances anymore, like on PvE content, which is super fun. You can no longer have fun anymore with that. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to have fun with that anymore. I understand why they did that though, because it made it you really powerful with juking in air on PvP, but in PvE content, you no longer can have fun. That sucks. If they did nerf it for a PvE reason, that's because the design team was too lazy to fix their own strikes and raids, so they decided to nerf their subclass and ruin people's fun instead. Kind of the same deal with Shade Step and Twilight Garrison. I guess I'll go ahead and cover that point of you no longer having fun. Shade Step, there's a lot of other stuff that's like basically insignificant arc blade. Okay, fine, we'll finish arc blade first. All right, geez, calm down. We'll progress this in best organized fashion possible. Arc blade damage is increased by 30% against AI. Also, Encore, when killing an enemy with arc blade, extends the duration, plus now also grants a 150% increase to arc blade damage for a short time. So in PvE content, you'll be able to use arc blade a lot more effectively, which is good, because beforehand PvE arc blade was completely useless. But now you're gonna have a longer duration, plus you're gonna be doing a lot more damage with it. Awesome. Now we'll go to Night Stalker and color Garrison with that as well. The Shade Step's nerfed to where instead of having 2 charges to be used at a time, and then you could get a new charge every 3 seconds, now you only have 1 charge at a time. So after every Shade Step, you have to wait another 3 seconds before you can Shade Step again, which I think that is a very needed nerf for PvP, because that was my god overpowered. That really ruins my PvE fun. I love doing that in PvE. If I'm bored, I'm shade stepping constantly because I'm bored in PvE. I'll still be able to shade step, obviously, and that's just for the initial like 2 bursts. You'll be able to still do 1 shade step every 3 seconds, which overall is going to be still really strong and good, and also still fun in PvE, but it kind of ruins it. Twilight Garrison, exact same, where you only have 1 charge, and you have to wait another 3 seconds to use that charge again for your boosts and your evades in air, instead of having the 2 charges stored as it was previously. That, however, will make it so I can no longer do the portico jump clear in the ship maze in Kingfall, where you can only use like just the first ship, and then clear the rest of it with Twilight Garrison and sword shenanigans. I can no longer do that because of this nerf, which really sucks because that was the most successful I've ever been on YouTube, was doing that one time. But now we'll have to live on with this memory by just watching the YouTube video forever that I provided. So if you haven't seen that, you should definitely click right here and watch that YouTube video because that would be sweet. Anyway, they did balancing changes for spike grenades to where it's basically the same now, just operate slightly different. Smoke grenades are a little bit easier to get out of. Everything else about Envenomed and all that stuff and other perks in the Night Stalker tree is overall like understandable, not very significant singularly, but there's a lot of them, so I don't want to cover them all, just read them in the patch notes. Overall, it's like a nerf. But also, what's cool for Night Stalkers is the Shadow Shot now affects suppression on hit for the body. So you can aim to the ground to get the guarantee that it's going to tether on somebody still, and it also will be pretty fast still. You know, it's like 2 seconds. However, now if you want to go for that risk shot where you actually hit them in the body when they're like charging at you with an arc blade or a hammer of soul or something, if it hits them on the body, then they'll get suppressed immediately. Of course, that counts for headshots and stuff too. I'm just saying it to the body. If it hits the character, they'll be suppressed immediately. They'll also take the damage from the hit, but they'll be suppressed immediately. I think the damage will apply before suppression, which is a really good question. We don't know that. I didn't see that listed in the patch notes. If the damage is applied after suppression, then they would die to that 1 shot. If the damage is applied before suppression, then because they're in the boosted armor super state, they actually won't die to just a shot from your Shadow Shot. They'll still take a lot of damage, and they'll be suppressed immediately and taken out of the super form, which is good, so they won't be able to kill you before your suppression hits, but they would actually still survive for that. So that's actually interesting. I'd like to figure out how that plays out tomorrow or today or whatever when the patch drops. I'm interested in finding out about that. There's also a lot of other perk changes regarding the super that overall not a big deal. You can read that in patch notes. The Hammer Soul damage and the Storm Trance damage is increased by 10% against AI. Fist of Havoc and Nova Bomb damage is increased by 50% overall. That includes PvP, and also has an additional 50% on top of that against AI combatants. So that's going to be a lot of fun to use in PvE content. Overall, I don't think that's going to be that significant in PvP, except for like people just outside the range of kill zone. The kill zone is basically for your AoE a lot larger. So Nova Bomb and Fist of Havoc will have a larger kill zone AoE now, which is cool. So overall, those 2 classes got buffed. Cool for them. Also, Hammer of Soul, travel speed for the hammers is increased by 1.3%, which seems like a really odd, insignificant, and specific number or of percentage. There's gotta be a reason they did that, but to me, it doesn't seem like that matters at all. So we'll see why that was the thing. Also, their detonation radius for the hammers is increased by 10%, so buff to Sunbreakers. Awesome. The nerf to Sunsingers hit pretty hard. The firebolts on impact will shoot out the fire bolt 0.2 seconds faster, which it doesn't sound like a lot in real time, but in the game and firefight, that's actually a pretty big deal. However, the victim search radius is reduced by 1 meter, so you actually have to land your firebolt right next to people now, not like on their body, but significantly closer than it was before. So you actually have to be really skillful instead of just throwing it in their general direction. Additionally, the Viking Funeral perk no longer extends the duration of ignite effects. However, if somebody is affected by ignite effects such as incendiary radius, or if you're running that Gift of the Sun or whatever it's called perk for the Sunsingers that actually makes them get ignited from your grenades, while they're burning from that ignite effect, they take 5% more damage from all sources, and that stacks up to 3 times. So you can throw like 3 incendiary grenades, and all 3 incendiary grenades barely touch them, but they're affected by ignite effects from all 3 of them. They'll take 15% more damage during that time. That is if you have hit them with the Viking Funeral proc as well. So I guess it won't be really like all 3 incendiary grenades, 2 incendiary grenades, and then your firebolt, and you'll be doing 15% more damage to them when they're affected by that, which is huge. That's a lot of freaking damage. So if you actually hit them with your grenade and they're in firing range for you, you will actually be buffed with your firebolts. However, firebolts thrown around corners and randomly like sprayed over, lobbed over like objects and stuff, that's a nerf. So overall, it's actually a nerf overall, but if you actually hit them right on target and then you start shooting them down, it's about the same and or a buff. It's a burf. It's about the same and or a buff. They also nerf flame shields, so it takes 0.3 seconds more time to actually activate the overshield when you hit them with your melee, which isn't that significant, but it's there for very specific situations. That's all the patches. Obviously there's more that I skipped over. You can read the patch notes. The links for both patch notes are going to be in the description below. There's one patch note for weapon changes and one patch notes for subclass changes, so be sure to read up on that, be informed. There's going to be a patch on the 14th, which is the day that this vlog is released, so expect that to happen when you go to try to play Destiny today. You have to download that patch. Overall, my trials experience today was interesting. I played as a Blade Dancer, as I've been trying to play a lot lately because I really enjoy playing Blade Dancer, but I felt really weak, which is kind of something that I was been frustrated about because all three hunter classes either got, the Blade Dancer got nerfed, I feel, to the ground, and then the Night Stalker subclass got nerfed, which I think was needed. And then the Gunslinger changes, as I said before, I feel like it was overall the same, if not slight nerf, so it kind of sucks because Gunslinger I kind of enjoyed playing. Like back in OG was Gunslinger for me. Blade Dancer I really enjoyed it forever, always, and I've been playing it lately. Even though I felt like I was disadvantaged playing a Blade Dancer, I felt like Night Stalker was the best subclass in Trials, Sunsinger is the second best, and Striker is the third best. That's how I felt forever. And now Blade Dancer is like even worse. Night Stalker is nerfed down to maybe top 5, and then Striker is now reigning supreme. Sunsinger is probably second or third, and now we're probably gonna have some Sunsinger is second or third. Sunbreaker is going to be competing for top 3 spot alongside Defender, Voidwalker, and probably Gunslinger, so you can look out for those. I think Stormtrance is probably going to be really like terrible and not useful, and I think Blade Dancer is going to be really terrible and not useful overall. I think those are going to be the 2 weakest subclasses for Trials. We'll see how it all pans out, but that's all I have for this patch rundown. It really sucks that Blade Dancer is already in significant class and weak and is getting nerfed even more. That's really weird to me, but the rest of the nerfs and changes overall I'm cool with. It's just the Blade Dancer one is really weird to me, plus that 1.3% travel speed for hammers. Heck is that? Oh, I don't know, that's a little weird to me. That seems like not much percentage difference. When would that ever be a thing? But whatever. I'm sorry if you weren't really into Destiny for this vlog, but thank you so much for watching. If you watched all this way, I do appreciate you for doing so. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's topic piece that we get to cover, and it's actually a really important topic piece near and dear to my heart, so I'm really looking forward to covering that. I gotta record more of the Mirror's Edge Let's Play tomorrow when I wake up. I'm also going to go mini golfing with my sister, so tomorrow's gonna be a big day. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video and get to sleep for that. Thank you so much for being you. Thank you so much for hitting that like button and commenting your thoughts below about this patch rundown. But don't just say like I hate Bungie or anything like that stupid. Just actually formulate thoughts and say like I don't like this, or I like this because this and this. That'd be awesome. I like to read it. I like to see your thoughts, and I'll probably comment to the ones that I feel like they need to be commented to. But yes, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And as always, citizens, thank you so much for watching.